found it difficult when I had no background in cryptography and no large mathematical background in order to understand what they were using. Also, modern Linux versions have improved security. The reason I put this here is through my demonstrations in buffer overflows, I had to find ways to circumvent the Linux operating system's limitations that were in place in order for me to be able to smash the stack, which is essentially, I can show you over at our booth later if you'd like. But I was able to do this, and it just took some time. The project in itself was another IT course, IT security course. The reason being for this is because of all the research we had to implement and all the knowledge that we had to absorb and write ourselves. So this was a huge learning experience for us, and we understand topics that we didn't understand before. And most important of all, you should pick a project that you do enjoy. The reason being for this is you won't mind working 13 hours a day on it, you won't mind putting all your time and effort into it because you do enjoy it. I found this staying here maybe 13 hours a day, even after my classes, I was still enjoying it. We do enjoy breaking into things, we do enjoy securing things, and we do enjoy hacking more things. And this was a really nice part about this project. So now I'm just going to open it up for any questions that you might have for us. Yes?
Looking back, what was the biggest single problem that the four of you encountered? And the fact that there is four of you, is that the biggest problem?
Actually, that's a very good question. Having four of us, we had to implement more work than usual. This was seen through the business plan. So essentially, we had to establish a business plan that we would give to a bank if we wanted to receive funding. We also had to deal with work distribution, obviously. We started off every day on a whiteboard. We assigned tasks to every single person, and then we worked on those tasks for that day. That helped us a lot, but we still had to work with work distribution, having four people in a group. Any other questions? We used Camtasia Studio. We had a Windows-based version as well as Macintosh. Sure? Absolutely. Aha moment. Well, for me personally, we can actually ask most of us. It was through wireless encryption, obviously. It took me a while to understand. Maybe we can ask the rest of our group.
My aha moment was when I was configuring the servers and trying to get all the, I guess, HTTPD, so the Apache configurations working properly. And there's something called an include function, which is, I guess, a reverse way of being able to view directories from the web browser. And trying to get that work was a pain on our particular distribution, as well as different ways of encrypting things too, and just the general code of this SQL and PHP functionality. Yeah, I guess I put a few lessons learned, and again, I can show you exactly in detail at our booth after.
Alright, so for me it was the SSL strip. What it is you go to a coffee shop, you have your laptop with you, and you sign in and you're using your Facebook, your banking account, and you don't know, but there's somebody there and he can grab all your information in plain text, even if it's HTTPS, and a lot of people didn't know that. Once I set it up and got it working, it was a big thing for me.
I'll talk about a general aha moment, which was don't rush through things. Do everything step by step. Don't skip through anything, because what we found is that when we were trying to rush through something, we would have to go back and do it from the beginning. So it's not as specific as theirs, but I think that's the most important thing.
So any other questions today? Sure. Sure. The ethics involved is a really good question, actually. Actually, specifically to me, with the industry that I'm going to be involved in, there's a very fine line between what they're called white hats and black hats. The reason being for this is with all this knowledge on securing systems, you also know how to break into them. For me personally, the ethics involved are questionable. When you know all this information, you also know how to protect others. It's almost a personal choice, I would say. With knowledge, there's power, essentially. So you should take, well, for us in our program, we actually had to sign a waiver that we weren't going to use the information that we've learned here in a malicious manner while we were attending SAIT. But it's a personal choice that you should make, that you want to better the world around you and you want to secure systems. As far as that goes, do you guys have any comments on ethics?
I guess a way that we implemented it was just to use our own local virtual machines and just try and keep everything local towards our boxes and do all of our testing on our own systems. So I guess our tools or our knowledge wasn't flying all around the network at SAIT here. So using our own personal networks, we were able to keep it within our own machines, I guess, right? But yeah, Josh brought up a really good point, and I think that's... Yeah, go ahead.
So necessarily it's not a bad thing, right? With learning you can help protect family and friends and the business that you're in, industry. So yeah, you learn a lot of things that you can use for bad things, but it's also for good things to set up and implement security methods and procedures. And a lot of people don't know about it. Our website is for business and for personal people. This is for everybody, right? For the person at the coffee shop or for an administrator at work. So it was great. It'll be used to help people and educate people. Next question. Yeah, I guess so.
Any questions? Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming out. Thank you.